Ladies and gentlemen, one of, if not the most famous car, well, maybe behind the Lakin, on Nitro Type has come back into the item shop. Yes, the 8-bit racer is in the item shop, and I'm quite frankly a little bit surprised by them bringing this back, and I'll explain that in a little while. And some of you may own a variant of this car, which is the 9-bit racer. I'm not sure if they have released it into the item shop since they released it in season 27 as a part of their new season pass thing that they were doing and the season pass that we enjoy now. However, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to put it next to the 9-bit racer probably. I'm super excited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of going broke, so that probably signifies that I should stream, especially considering that I have not streamed in I think like 4 months ever since I got my perk, which is kind of wild. However, let's buy this car. Let's go to the garage, and then I will talk about why I'm a little bit confused by this decision. Alright, so I have bought the 8-bit racer, and I'd actually like to give a quick shout out to somebody who already donated for my Christmas advent calendar giveaway that I'm going to be doing. I'll link the community post in the description and also put it up on the screen right now. But shout out to whoever you are. I'll actually do some deep diving. Well, not deep diving, but I'll actually try to find your name and I'll set up the Google Sheet. But anyways, everything's explained in that community post if you're confused as to what I'm talking about. So anyways, we have the 8-bit racer. The 9-bit's right around here. It's right here. I think I really like the 9-bit in cyan, but I think it would make the most sense to put it down here. I actually kind of like the comparison between cyan, if that makes sense. I think that's pretty cool. I guess we'll move the sandstorm. I believe it's sandstorm. Yep, sandstorm up here. I'll paint the sandstorm, and I'm gonna keep the cyan 9-bit the same color. Really quickly, let's just paint the cyan. The sandstorm a cyan color. Wow, I cannot talk today. Anyways, you can also see that I equipped the kind of pixels trail for the 8-bit racer. So overall, it's kind of wild to me to actually have this car in my inventory. What I mean by this is if you're kind of newer to Nitro Type or you don't know a whole lot about why I'm surprised by this, the 8-bit racer was a car that pretty much was one of the most famous for a very long time. It could be earned, I think, by inviting 25 friends or something with friend races. The 25 seems kind of wild, but maybe that's why it was so rare. The 8-bit is just a wild car in general. I think that's pretty cool that they released it, but I'm going to talk about right now why I think that it might have been a controversial move. So obviously Nitro Type released the 9-bit racer, I believe in 2020. And this goes into the controversy of why release the 9-bit racer when you're just going to release 8-bit, because in theory the 9-bit racer was pretty much so identical to the 8-bit racer that by releasing it, everybody would be happy with the car because they could use it and they could feel like they're using the 8-bit racer, at least a close enough version of it that they won't yearn for the 9-bit or the 8-bit racer other than if they wanted the rarity of it. However, by releasing it into the weekly item shop, that rarity is kind of taken away. And what I'm a little bit confused by is because we're releasing it, obviously it might give a little bit of exposure to a new audience for those who haven't raced in season 27, but just in general, the rarity of both of these cars, and especially because most people, or I shouldn't say most, but a lot of people have the 9-bit racer, releasing the 8-bit, especially for such a high price, really limited it to a lot of these older veterans, if that makes sense. And by releasing the 8-bit, you're basically just giving another replica of a car to these players who already have the 9-bit. On top of, you're also taking away the rarity of the original car, which I think is the main point. That's not to say that there are some people who never got the 9-bit racer, totally, but theoretically, if you had gold and you logged in season 27, you'd get this. So while it may not be very prevalent to have the 9-bit racer, it's enough of a density in data to I guess, contradict or at least question the decision of the admins, if that makes sense. So, I mean, from my perspective, I'm not really complaining because I didn't have the car, and it's really cool to get this car from somebody from somebody who would have the 8-bit racer already. I might be a little bit frustrated by its release. It's a pretty rare car, and to release it is, yeah, a little bit questionable. That's just my opinion, however. My other one theory, not so theory. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because it's very clear that they intended to release it. I was gonna say that maybe they mix it up with the 9-bit, but that wouldn't make sense in terms of car ID and like them actually writing a description. So I'll just throw that out. Um, However, I think it's kind of cool. I'm happy with the 8-bit racer re-releasing, although I could definitely see if you're frustrated by it. Just quickly checking to see if there are any new cars in these. Nope, not yet. And I also kind of think it's cool that they released this binary code along with the 8-bit racer. It's kind of a nice trail combo, and I think that was clever of them. Anyways, thanks so much, everyone, for watching today. Let me know what you think about the 8-bit racer being released. I'm not completely sure yet what I think about it. I'll definitely use it a little bit, but I think, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching today. I hope you have an amazing day, and peace out.